Back to another video. Today I shown register number URK20CS3026. I'm going to explain to you experiment number 7 of DBMS lab. So today we'll be doing triggers. So we'll be understanding the concept behind triggers and we'll be implementing and testing triggers on our database. So a trigger is basically a procedural code that is automatically executed when a certain event happens. So on a particular table or on a particular view or so on. So a table is mostly used for maintaining the integrity of the information in a database. For example, here they have shown that if there's a employees table and there is an employee being added, so the new records have to be created in all the tables such as tax, vacation, salaries and so on before you can add the employee. So if you implement a trigger of that sort, it will help like validate that all the other tables have been created before you create the employee's new record. So that helps to maintain the integrity of tables. And similarly, we have triggers that can be used to log historical data or a track of employees' previous salaries and so on. So triggers can be created for all sort of things. Before we create our triggers and do our queries, before that we have to create these tables. So I have created these tables, and the first question given here is we have to check the validity of a course code. So it should not be more than 2 digits, like it cannot be more than 2 digits. So it should not be less than 10, that is 9 is a single digit, and it shouldn't be greater than 99, which is above 2 digits, that's 3 digits. So here we have this is the syntax for every trigger. So we have create or replace and then trigger name, and after that we have insert on whichever table we have. For each row we'll be performing if the new course code is lesser than 10 or if the new course code is greater than 99. In that case we'll be raising an application error. So application error has a 5-digit code normally and then an error. So whatever the error is, and then we have, if there's a if statement used, we have a end if statement and then a end to end the begin statement for the executable code that we have started, and then a slash to indicate that we have ended the SQL like procedural code. And after that finally the trigger is created. Now if we try to insert a few values into this, we get to see that since the course code over here is 123, which is like greater than 99, in that case we have an error. The error pops up that like Q1 trigger has been triggered. And then after that here we have to create a trigger that does not permit any DML operations over the table if the name of the student is student1. So here we have we create a trigger Q2 underscore 3026, and upon insertion or updation of the inquiry underscore 3026 table, for each row it will check whether the new name is equal to student1. In that case it will raise the application error, otherwise it will end the if statement and then it will end. And then we have inserting on like inquiry underscore 3026, we try inserting, and over here we enter the name as student1. So in that case we get an error, that error got triggered Q2 underscore 3026. And then we have create a trigger that allows no insertion operation on fees paid table when the amount is less than 10,000. So as you can see over here we have like the same syntax. So we have create or replace a trigger Q3 underscore 3026 before insert on fees paid. So before every insertion this trigger will be run. So over here if this trigger triggers, that is if the amount is lesser than 10,000, in that case it will raise application error with a 5-digit code and then transaction below 10k not allowed, and then it will end the if statement and it will end the begin statement, that is for the executable code, and it will end the trigger procedural code. Finally here we have when we try to insert a value over here, so if the value is like over here the value we have entered is 9995, which is lesser than 10k, so in that case it will again trigger this error. This trigger will trigger an error, and then after that we have to create a trigger to ensure that no insert operation is allowed in a inquiry table when the inquiry date is above 25th August 2017. So in that case we create a trigger over here, the new inquiry date should be greater than 25th August 2017 on inquiry underscore 3026 table, and here we have otherwise it will raise an error that the date is not accepted. And over here we have given a date that is like after 2017, so in that case it raises a application error Q4 underscore 3026, the trigger that we have created. And after that we have the last one, which is create a trigger which does not allow any update operation in an inquiry table whenever the old value of the update statement is not equal to the new value in the table. So here, if the inquiry, like we have created a condition that if the new inquiry number is equal to old inquiry number, so if there are two inquiries with the same inquiry number, the inquiry number has been repeated, so you cannot create another inquiry in the inquiry table. And finally, we have create a trigger to ensure that no insert operation is allowed on the fees table when the average of the fees is above 50,000. So as you can see, we have created a trigger over here, that is here we have an average number, like we declare average number of 20. So this is a variable we declare in triggers. We can, or in any procedural code, before we begin our execution statements, we first declare the variables if any used. So here we have an average which is can take up to 20 numbers. Then we select like the average of the amount from uh, like fees underscore 3026, and we store it in average variable, and then we raise application error in case if the average amount is greater than 50,000. So and then we end the statement, and here the trigger is created. So initially the average amount is only 26,666, but later when we insert into fees paid a large amount, the amount goes up to 2,70,000. That is the average amount. In that case, now we will be having that since the amount is greater, then now when we try to do another insertion, in that case we will be ending up even with a small amount when we are trying to do, since the average is above like above 50,000. In that case, it will give us the like the trigger will issue an error that there's an error being when the trigger was executed. Finally, the result is all the triggers have been executed and verified successfully. So that's all for experiment number 7. Hope you like this video. If you did, do give it a like and do subscribe to my channel for more such interesting videos. And see you guys in the next video.